difference between me and you ugly bitch. I don't mind being the fucking villain.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another edition of the Ant Money Experience, the podcast unlike no other. Glad y'all could join me again tonight. I hate starting off my episodes like this, but rest in peace to my guy Ed. I'm not gonna put his last name out there, but his pops passed away this past week. Rest in peace. Definitely was my guy. Make sure you are checking up on your folks because I went to see him about a month ago. He was looking like he was in a rough predicament, but I was glad I got the chance to see him before he passed. Also, check on your folks in general because in this last month, at least 4 to 5 people I know parents passed away, and that can't be easy. Just make sure you're checking on your folks. But outside of that, I hope everybody was having a good week. I myself have enjoyed my week, and it's close to the weekend. Y'all know this is the unofficial start of the weekend. Glad I got y'all here with me. If you are on the line, make sure that you are letting me know, comment in the chat so I can make sure that I give y'all the shout outs that are necessary. But y'all know how I like to start my episodes. Shout out to the most dangerous podcast network in the world, the Big Exclusive Network. If you have a podcast idea that you were curated, your podcast needs a home, come through, fam. Also, make sure that you get this subscription to the network. Little humble $5 a month won't kill you, and we got some more exclusive content coming soon. But before we go any further, a special message from our sponsors. Shout out to that. If you would like to be a co-host on the Ant Money Experience, or you would like to have a product, your mixtape, as long as it ain't trash, or just something that you got going on, initiative, anything like that, and you would like to be on the Ant Money Experience for our spotlights portion, just make sure you inbox me, ladies, as you know how you can slide into the front of the line. I want to give a shout out to El Presidente, Miss Tiff. She was supposed to be my co-host tonight, but unfortunately, she came down with that shit. JK, get well soon. But with that being said, let's jump into that. If it bleeds, it leads. Now, producer, play my first topic, please.
It's time to play the game. Time to play the game.
If you are from Philadelphia, you know those signs very well. Lincoln Drive, 76, and 95. What up, Scooty? But what's the one place in Philly, highway, expressway, street that you hate to drive? Now, I will tell you, a place that I hate to drive is Lincoln Drive. Lincoln Drive is a motherfucker. If you are from Philly, you know Lincoln Drive got the crazy curves, balls, and if you step on the gas a little too hard, you are flying into the guardrail. Now, I have been blessed enough to never encounter any situations on Lincoln Drive, but Lincoln Drive is a motherfucker. I honestly fucking hate it. I hate when I'm going from uptown to west or vice versa, and I mean that's the quickest way to get from west to uptown. I hate that drive. A lot of people say they hate 95. 95 is actually my favorite expressway in the city because 95 generally, if you're going during the off-peak hours, isn't too bad. 76 I absolutely fucking hate. Another thing that I hate Broad Street because of all the lights. I also hate Ogans. Ogans has the worst, absolute worst paved Ogas and 60th Street have the worst paved streets in Philadelphia, and I personally hate it. Hate driving it, and I hate it for the people in those neighborhoods. But producer, let's jump into my next topic.
They try to cancel me and say that I'm a racist. Got a mean hook, they can't get me with that jab. Trying to take away my right to go and say this. Well, listen up, cause this run is going bad. With the facts. Why they trying to turn Becky into Dan? You get screw Eminem, I'm Roseanne.
We won, you mad, it's done, too bad, ooh, so sad. We won, you mad, you cry.
Now, I'ma just say, Roseanne Barnes, stop fucking playing with me. Stop playing with my culture. That shit was absolutely trash. Roseanne, I first want to start by saying, for that song that you made, young lady, you are a crumb bum.
You're a crumb creep. I want to fight you. But you don't have the courage. You're a real crumb bum.
And I actually want to fight you. Yo, producer, bring up Scooty's comment. Gross. And gross, all of it. The braids, the song, her, him, disgusting. Yo, I was so disgusted when I watched that video. Why? The only part that I think I liked was when she was like, pop, pop, pop. That's about it. That was disgusting though. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump has been placed in the office. He is the 47th president of the United States. And actually, that's all I got to say about that. If you know me, the real me, you know exactly why. That's all I can say. Some long days ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Next 4 years about to be real interesting. But Roseanne, go straight to hell for that. Now, to the second biggest thing that happened this week. Producer, my next topic, please.
They do to us.
Okay, follow me. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. Okay, time's up. Now get out.
But we stole it. They do to us.
Ladies and gentlemen, the way y'all was acting when TikTok got shut down was hilarious. And what you see on the screen is the message that my daughter sent me when the TikTok ban came into play. That young lady said, talk to your boss. When I tell you it be your own kids, my daughter, I love and hate the fact that she has my personality, because I just never know what exactly is going to come out of her mouth or through text. The young lady is wild. But also shout out to my daughter that prior to me getting on here received her 13th college acceptance so far. The young lady is doing her thing. I am extremely proud of her. But that TikTok ban had y'all going crazy. Y'all was looking for alternatives. They tried to step on that by making another feature similar to what TikTok has. That didn't last too long. But yeah, Donald Trump started that ban, and he gave y'all 75 days to I guess it's 75, 95. I don't remember the exact number, but TikTok, the ban has been temporarily lifted. Donald Trump is trying to use the U.S. to buy a portion of it, so that we have our interest in it. I mean, honestly, I don't care either way. I'm not a fan of TikTok, never had a TikTok. People send me videos, that's cool. I refuse to get the app. I actually can't get the app. Can't discuss that on here. But also, when I see stuff on Instagram that came from TikTok, that's good enough for me. But producer, next topic, please. Age requirements to be a YN or UNC goes viral. This particular individual said 13 to 24 is a YN. 25 to 35 is big bro. 36-48 is Onk, and 49-60 is old head / pops / old school. That is wild as shit. One of my homies put this in our group message, and it was by way of this that I kind of figured out that a nigga is getting old. Now, it's a blessing because of what I've seen in my lifetime and some of the people that have not made it to this status. But being Onk is wild. Our producer, you can take that down. The craziest thing about getting old is the way people receive you. Like, when you see little kids, I mean, when you like a certain age, they look at you as close to their age, so they call you by your first name. But I knew I was getting older when this little girl that was friends with my daughter, well, one of her neighbors, she was outside with her mom. So I walked up, and her neighbor was like, "Hey, Aunt." And she looked at her daughter and said, say hi to Mr. Ant. I said, damn, Mr. Ant is crazy. That shit hurt a little. But shout out to that. Ladies, don't worry. I got y'all too, because I seen a post early and I was mad I didn't grab that post in time. But ladies, y'all ain't out the way either, because a lot more of y'all are aunties than y'all realize. It's a lot of aunties on the line. I think it said something about 13 to like 30 was like young girl. Then it was like auntie. Then it was like something like grandma. Y'all not off the hook. I got y'all next week. But producer, my next topic, please.
Eagles! Let's go, Birds!
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
You're fired. I want you to get. Oh boy. Y'all going to jail. Y'all going to fucking jail.
That is Mira Parker. If you are not from Philadelphia and are unfamiliar with that lady, when I tell you, I laughed so hard at this video, and this video has gone extremely viral. This video, I was sitting here watching the Jimmy Kimmel show after the news went off yesterday, and it was up there. When I tell you she is the laughing stock of Philly right now, one of my homies that's not from Philly sent me a message earlier with this in it, and I mean, he said a certain public school, for the safety of myself and people around me, I won't make the joke, because it's not really a neighborhood you should be making jokes about. But yeah, Mira Parker, you're not a crumb bum for that. But it describes Eagles fans in a nutshell for me. And the way they had the commissioner in the background, and he was like, oh shit. He actually didn't say oh shit, but that's not going to stop the joke. Who cares about the truth when the joke is more entertaining? But shout out to that. I won't say shout out to the Eagles, because if you know me, it's always fuck them Eagles. But we got some good playoff football this weekend. So the NFC Championship will be the Washington Commanders, go Commanders, versus the Philadelphia Eagles. That should be a good game. I'm proud of what the Commanders have done this year. I've always kind of rooted for them, not been a fan of them, but I always like to see them do good in their division, because I won't say it because I don't want my producer to knock me off the airwaves. It's only me tonight. But shout out to that. On the AFC side, we have the Chiefs versus the Bills. That should be a great game. If you are an NFL fan, you know that is a brewing rivalry for the last, I want to say almost 4 years. And I mean, they go to war. That should be a great game. The game that happened during the regular season was it was a thriller. It came down to the Bills getting a last-minute touchdown. It was a good game. I expect some good games on Sunday. Can't wait. Also, excuse me. It pains my heart to say this, but the Buckeyes are the national champions of the NCAA. I hate the Buckeyes, but that's another story. Also, pray for the 76ers because we look like straight shit. And we paid way too much money for these players for Maxey to be the only consistent player on the team. Paul George shows up, but not for the money that we paid him. But y'all know how I like to end. If it bleeds, it leads every week. Producer, play my funny video, please.
Hello.
Goodbye. Anyways, if you want to start a business...
I'm Oliver.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Dylan. And together we are...
Gay as fuck. You guys are gay as fuck. Anyways, we've been making signage for more than 14 years. China, China, China. If the USA is great again, then why did someone invented a USB? Actually, this is our A-frame acrylic light box.
Your gangsta name is the color of your shirt and the last thing you ate. Who are you?
I'm Black Pizza. Anyways, let me tell you, this thing is built to last.
I know I don't wipe my ass and it stinks when I walk past you in public, but...
Anyways, here's how to tell if your sign is cheap.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas? How dare we?
Merry Christmas to everybody who is watching this video.
If this is you, you better lower your mother tone when you talking to me.
If you don't know how to make the store sign, take it from me. Like this cool set of letters.
When I tell you, I laughed so hard at that particular clip. That was my favorite clip of the week. I had another clip I was going to play, but the way that guy went in on everybody that he played before his advertisement was hilarious. But that concludes If It Bleeds, It Leads for this week. Producer, let's jump into that lounge talk. Now, producer, could you come on the screen, please?
You can't just be summoning me like that, man.
My bad. I expected to have a co-host this week, so I'm gonna need you for the lounge talk today, good brother.
All right, let's get it.
All right, now my wine cooler question of the week: if you were to have a buyout done for you, and you know how the Universal sign comes through at the beginning and they play like a little intro song, what would your intro song be?
And it's a bio?
It's a buyout, yep. What would it be? It could be anything.
Damn, that's a tough one. Damn. Damn, that's rough, bro. Because first of all, it's so many songs in my head.
Throw a couple out.
It's a biopic.
Yeah, one for the cinema version. You get one for the deluxe version.
Damn. Wait, here we go. First of all, I think so. It would have to be a soundtrack. You start off with the symphony.
Okay.
It's probably one of the greatest beats I ever heard in my life. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh. Somebody specific verse or just.
So it would have to be either G-Rap or Kane. Kane said one of the coldest bars I've ever heard in my life, man. He said, so put a quarter in your ass because you played yourself. I'm like, damn.
I definitely like Symphony. I kind of like, as I get older, I kind of like Craig G verse as my favorite on there.
Well, you honestly can't go wrong with any verse on there.
Very true.
You know what I mean? As I got older, experienced that young heartbreak, you know, it would be Luda, move, bitch, get out the way, get out the way, bitch, get out the way. And then, you know, I'm healing now, so it'll be the Temptations, you know what I mean? Probably one of my favorite songs of all time, I Wish It Would Rain.
Okay.
Coming up out of that, I would have to say Mace, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome. Because, you know what I mean, started feeling myself again.
Okay.
Right now, where I am, it would have to be something by I don't know, Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. Ain't nothing like the real thing.
Okay. I like it. I
like a lot of old school, you know what I mean, music. So
okay,
it would have to be a soundtrack. It couldn't be just one song.
You know, I'm gonna feed off of that vibe. I'm gonna say the beginning of my life, for the like as the credits is the Universal Studios sign is rolling past, I would actually say Wild Out. Because I just feel that with my life, I think that I'm in a sitcom and I don't know that the cameras is rolling. It ain't no laugh track. It was a fun fact. I actually watched a clip the other day that talked about how, do you remember the Jim Carrey movie Truman Show?
Yeah.
That's actually based on a true story.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think it was back in like
wild as shit.
But a guy bought a town and he moved like a bunch of residents to the town. I forget how many people, but it was like a couple thousand. And the show was going on, and it was like a certain group that didn't know that this show was going on. So they got cameras secretly rolling and stuff like that. And the guy was creating national disasters and shit like that. And basically what started off as something like lighthearted and like a good type of idea ended up where the guy was just making like weird situations between people and it was getting out of hand. So they had to end up ending it at their, I forget how long, but I was like, I'm watching this video and I'm like, yo, what? That is insane. How do you gotta be wild as hell to come up with something like this. So I think I would start off with Wild Out. Then I think I would say like my teenage years, I would say like You Don't Know. Because I felt like I was in a mode where I was in like a grind mode from like high school until probably about the time that I got out of the army, figuring it out, making shit happen. And then I would say as an adult, it's the big payback. Getting back all this benefits from all the hard work that I had during them years of just grinding. But that was a good one. That was a good good spinoff of the question I originally had. Now, for my lounge topic, my lounge talk topic, I was watching one of my favorite podcasts. Shout out to Stormy P, Chocolate Chip and Sip. She had something that she said where she was like, when you on a date, it's certain things that a person can say where it don't matter at what point of the date you at, but you like, yo, this ain't gonna work. She said that a guy had made a comment and it was actually pretty funny, but she said this guy had made it was twofold. She said that she was on a date and the guy had said he had a straw that they brought in his cup and he like threw the straw out, but like real deliberately. And she was like, why did you do that? He was like, nah, because the last date I was on and I drank out the straw, the girl called me sassy and we had like a long argument about it. And she was like, that's not sassy, bro. That's what straws are made for. Straws have no gender specifically that it's made for. So why would you say that straw was sassy? But also, somebody had wrote into the show and he was saying how he's going on these dates. And a lot of the dates that he's going on, girls have ghosted him afterwards. So he was saying, I don't know what it is. What could it be that's causing these girls that act like they're enjoying the experience and then afterwards they're standing me up, they're ghosting me. So has there ever been something where you were on like one of the earlier dates? Could have been first, could have been second, but the person said something that you were like, yeah. I mean, the dates leading up to where you would figure out if y'all gonna be in a relationship or not. But was it something that somebody said on a date where you was just like, nah, this not gonna work?
Yeah, and I actually told this story on my show, and I normally get barbecued for this, but I really it's actually twofold, right? Number one, I hate to be embarrassed, right? I'm already
understandable.
I'm already almost 6'4", you know what I mean? I stand out in the crowd. My face is not, you know, so it always look like I'm mad. I can't help that. It's the face I was born with.
Right.
And, you know, I don't like attention. I don't like being embarrassed. So the first thing, you know how it was one of those situations where I caught a chick and it was like, damn, you know, she bad, then I'm up. So, you know, you want to make an impression. So I took her to a restaurant, I'd say at Morton Steakhouse. And
okay.
Yeah, you know, I was showing off a little bit, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, we looking at the menu and, you know, you gotta wear this. You guys want to start off with something to drink? I'm like, yeah, you can give me a Cabernet. You know what I mean? She was like, you know, I'm not a real wine drinker. Can you just order it for me? Sure. Order her a nice crisp Riesling, something light, a little fruity.
Right.
Slightly, a little hint of sweetness, you know, something to start off. Like she not a, you know.
Right.
And so, you know, he came back with the wine. We drinking the wine. We having conversation. And then it was time to order. And bro, I'm gonna tell you this: the fastest way. She gonna say, "Damn!" The fastest way to turn me off is to mispronounce words, especially if it's something I think you should know. Right?
How bad was it?
She ordered the filet or the filet mignon.
No.
The filet mignon. Bro, I
damn.
If I could have disappeared, it's a meme going on right now. It's like Africa. He'd be like, pew, yeah, and he just disappeared. Bro, that was me. I wanted to pew and just disappear. Because the waitress, she looked, it was like the filet mignon, nigga. I said, yeah. And she was like, what would you like with that? I said, just give her the lobster mac and cheese and some asparagus. All right. I put my order in. I got a porterhouse, medium. So now I'm sitting there like, you ever been to a steakhouse? She's like, yeah, one other time. I said, you know, where was it? She was like, Texas Roadhouse.
I knew you was going to say Texas Roadhouse. I knew.
Like, so I'm annoyed. I'm fucking annoyed. I'm lightweight embarrassed. So you know what the waitress do? She like not really talking to her no more. She directing all the questions at me. So now she kind of jealous.
Oh,
so not only is you in here embarrassing me, saying words wrong, but now you giving her attitude because she's addressing me. Mind you, this is a first date. This is not my woman.
The waitress gave her the kid menu.
Yo, and when you say ghost, here's the thing with me, and you know, people who know me, like you said, who really know you, know why you can't do certain things.
Right.
Angry OG will tell you, I'll meet a woman and it'll be going well, and he'll be like, nah, the other shoe about to drop. So they be calling me Baby Seinfeld. Like her hand's gonna be too big, or she gonna laugh a certain kind of way, and you gonna want to ghost her or disappear. I'm like, that's not true. Like they like
that's not me.
They like it's always something with you, man. It's always something with you. But that right there, embarrassing me like in public with the whole filet mignon, bro. I never ever talk to this girl again. ever. Like that was it for me. Like it's no. I'm thinking, and this is at the time I didn't even have kids at the time. I'm at Lawrence, I'm stunting, so of course I don't have kids, right? Yeah. So I never talked to this girl again because I was just thinking, how do you even have a kid with somebody like that? That's no effort. You could have just told me order for you, or I'm not familiar with this word. What is this? Like you could have asked all the questions in the world before that waitress came back.
You know, that's honestly one of the ways that I think as a kid I developed my sense of humor. Is because, like you said, I don't like to be embarrassed. So whenever somebody had, and then I've always been a very petty individual. So whenever somebody said a joke and it embarrassed me, like a bunch of people laugh, I automatically go in my mind, like to this day, I go in my mind and think of what's the worst joke that could hurt this person's feelings in this moment, but be funny enough that everybody laugh, because now I got to embarrass you. But also with the notion of not liking to be embarrassed, like this actually happened last week. One of my friends, she's serving overseas, so she came back because a part of her duty, she has to come back and do like a month out of the country that she's at. And she was like, hey, I'm in town for a month. I'm going to stay in Virginia for 2 weeks. Let's all go out. So we go out to this real fancy restaurant. And I'm looking at the menu, and I'm seeing stuff that because it's in another language, I can't pronounce it. But I look down the menu for something that I can pronounce. All right, I know what this is. Now, if it looked really good from the description and I just can't pronounce it, I say it real quick before anybody can interrupt me. And just be like, yeah, that. But I'm not going to go out of my way for something that I know I can't pronounce. Or I'll point. This looks good. I'll take this right here.
Yes, point. Ask for help.
But this is a twofold question because
oh shit,
I seen another part of the question. I seen another question, and I meant to ask this as a Lounge Talk question months ago. Has there ever been something that somebody said or did during sex that immediately turned you off, and you knew that was the end of it?
Oh, easy one. A white woman. She used to bartend at this spot, you know, we used to frequent in my neighborhood. And, you know, she was one of them ones like, I mean, she wouldn't really mess with nobody at the bar. Somehow, I don't know how I got lucky. Anyway, she went home with me that night.
Okay.
It's going down. We in the mix. It's heavy. Pop Molly, I'm sweating. Woo. Turn around. She says my fucking name. Says my fucking name, and immediately went soft.
Really?
Immediately went soft.
Why was that the thing that made that happen?
Bro, it's because she was white, and the way she said it. The way she said it immediately went soft. I was done. It was no. At that time, big exclusive didn't exist.
Right.
It's me. This is my heyday. Like, I'm 21. I'm 22. I'm fresh. I'm legal. I got all the disposable income. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean. And I'm in there, we bottles every week. Boom. Bro, my name is Shannon. Okay? And you imagine that shit in the heat of passion and just reckless. She say that shit to you. Bro.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
I immediately went soft, rolled over, and was like, yeah, I'm cool. Like, what you about to do?
Damn, hitting somebody with what you about to do before sex is wild.
Bro, we were in the middle of sex, bro.
Oh, in the middle.
It was happening. It was during. It was during. And I was like, yeah.
I think we're about done. We could just wrap this up right here.
Yeah. What you about to do? I gotta get on up early for work.
We got a couple more interviews to conduct in the morning, so we'll give you a call back.
Yeah. Yeah.
But before I jump into my two for this particular lounge talk, let's ask the good people what they got to say about that. Producer, drop the link, please.
It is dropped.
So, for my first part of the question, on a date, something that somebody said, you know, it wasn't so much what somebody said as much as the conversation that was had. So I go pick up this young lady. Now, I had met her about a couple weeks prior to this. Shout out to Jay King. I met her at his graduation party. So no, we had been talking for probably about a solid like month or two, just sending messages back and forth. So I mean, she was nice. So we go out on a date. Now, what I didn't know is that she had initially been kind of talking to Joe. But Joe was like, you know the game, bro? He was like, it's fair game. He was like, that's not my girl. I mean, we talk, but it ain't like we talking heavy. He was like, do your thing. I was like, all right, I'm doing it. So the young lady's birthday happened to be a couple days before mine. And she had just turned 21. I'm about 22. So we go out. I'm like, oh, I'm going to buy you your first legal drink. So first of all, the thing that was crazy is she walked out her crib. And I was just like, damn, she is nice. She gets in my car, and if you know me, I'm a pretty loud person. She gets in my car and starts yelling. But I'm like, is she partially deaf? Why the fuck are you talking so loud? Immediately, I was like, damn, like the music is low. Like, why are you talking so loud? So I'm like, all right, that's kind of wild. So we get to the restaurant that we're going to, and I think it was something light. It was like Chicken Piece because we was going to the movies right afterward. This is still my college days, so I ain't really happy. So we get to the restaurant, and we like doing the first date, casual, asking little stuff about this and that. And I asked her like, how was work? When I tell you, this girl went on to talk for 2 hours about every problem that she had at work, and I was completely turned off. And we, on the way to the movies, she talked some more the whole way about it. We leave the movies, she talks the whole time about that, and I was just like, yo, what the fuck? Nah, this ain't gonna work. I called Joe the next day and was like, fuck you, because you knew that was gonna happen. He was like, I did.
Got you right up.
I said, Joe, you didn't tell me that she was gonna talk the whole time about work. He's like, I told you she talk a lot. I'm like, dog, I talk a lot. Most of the women I meet talk a lot. That's not an issue. It's what she was talking about that gave me the issue. But needless to say, she kind of played me a couple days later where I was kind of looking out, and that ended up being the end of that. Never talked to her again. But because I was still trying to go in for the kill after that date. I wasn't completely over it. Probably the initial start of my toxic ways.
Look at you.
But I'm gonna tell my second story real quick, and then Scooty, I'm gonna let you say your two. Now, the moment that I had sex with somebody and I knew that it was never gonna work out again is this one young lady. It was my high school crush. We, as adults, we start talking. We dating. It's looking all right. We get to the point where we start getting it in. I mean, she had Niagara Falls, so first time it was cool. Second time it was cool. After the second time, well, what this was is my introduction to a pillow princess. So I can't say the next part because it's going to give it away, and somebody that watches the show is automatically going to pick up on it. But we are sitting there.
Man, that's your show, nigga.
You right.
That's old. Like, come on, man. Cut the shit.
All right, I'm gonna say it. So she had dated an older person when we was in high school. And after high school, she had dated this older person again right before we had started dating. So I'm thinking now, this is like older where it's like honestly kind of perverted older. But I'm thinking like, oh, once we get it in this third time, it should be crazy. So the third time we get it in, and I'm just like, fuck no, it's not gonna be just this every time we do this. So I had called her the next day, and I'm like, yo, like you don't like ride, you don't do nothing. She was like, no. I'm like, so you just lay there? She was like, yeah. I'm like, yo, what's up with that? She was like, that's what I'm used to. She's like, maybe you could teach me some things. And I was like, oh, fuck no. Come to me already taught. But then the second part was the part that really threw me off. She was like, I don't go down, nothing like that. I'm like, all right, we might be able to get around. That's wild.
I don't go
like,
down.
maybe,
Crazy.
What'd you say?
I don't go down. It's crazy.
But I'm like,
you grown like in a month.
Right. So then the last thing that she hit me with that was like, I know this ain't it for me. She was like, I mean, we can make it interesting. Maybe we could like play with some toys or something. I was like, yeah, nah, this is dead. I said, you know what? I'm pulling up to my homie crib where I'm going to be hanging out tonight. I'll call you back. I never called her back.
And guess who just clicked the link? What's her name?
This is Scooty.
I know Scooty. I'm talking about this somebody backstage.
I know you got
somebody backstage.
Wait, is somebody backstage?
Uh-huh.
Wait a minute. I'm kind of concerned.
You should be terrified because she doing all the hand motion and neck snapping. She want to come up, bro.
Bring her out. Bring him out.
Bring her up.
And scared to the motherfucker. I was kidding, man. I was joking. He was shook. It was shook.
Been up minutes, baby.
I was concerned. but Scooty.
Anthony.
Let me ask you this. You want a date? Has there ever been a time something was said during one of the initial dates that you was like, oh no, I know this ain't going nowhere?
Several things. I'm gonna keep it real PG. I feel like I come on here real hypes a lot of times. I'm gonna keep it real mild today.
No, get it hype.
No. It's a trap. Females. Refer to women as females, and obviously, like there's a time and place. There's, there's. It's not just a word. It's not just a word female. It's the context and like how you're using it. Because obviously, at this point, it's a replacement for bitch, right?
Yeah.
And depending on how you speak, everything else, I'm gonna go about things like that. But when you're referring to women and you start, you start talking a little negatively, a little too negative, and you just throw a female out there. Oh, sir, I can't be because I like to get rowdy in here. We can talk about something. You want to talk about something, sir? So I'm like, things like that. Talk about women, bring up your ex. Oh yeah, okay, see my kids, cause I'm sure that's why you can't see your kids, sir. I'm sure that's why.
So you're not just saying an ex, you saying a baby mama.
I'm saying an ex or baby mama. Like these are there's commas. It's ex, comma, baby mama, comma, using the term female, comma, things like that. That's against me on the first date. I'm just like, no. I'll leave it in the middle of the date. I'll go to the middle of the date because I drive myself to my dates. I'll leave before the check gets back out. I'm out this bit. Don't call my phone because you're blocked.
Now, what I will say is you were the person that pointed that out about the word female to me. And at first I was like, because we were having a regular conversation and I said it and I really didn't think too much of it. Mm-hmm. But also, I really only started using the word female because of the Army.
Yep.
But when I had talked to my mom about it after our conversation, she was like, no, she was like, it is derogatory because she was like, if you notice, outside of separating people, she was like, when they use female in the Army, it's always something negative and condescending. So when you're in a conversation with a woman and you say female, she's thinking bitch. I was like, oh. She was like, I know you kind of institutionalized because you on active duty, but yes, it comes off as you saying bitch. Now, I will say with exes, I actually don't mind a person that I'm dealing with to talk about their ex, because when I listen to people talk about their exes, it gives me insight to them. So it gives me insight in regard to the things that turns a person off, the things that maybe they did, because also people, if you let them talk long enough, they'll tell on themselves. So a lot of times I notice that people will say like, I wasn't the cause of any of my breakups. Now, I will say maybe one or two of them, I might have been the major factor in the relationship ending, but I was never the bad guy in none of my relationships. But I can also acknowledge my flaws in every relationship.
Facts. Same for me.
There was always a space where I could have done better, and even if it didn't work out, it may have furthered the relationship. I can acknowledge. But when a person just doesn't can say everything bad about the ex, but doesn't acknowledge anything that they were wrong with, that's a red flag.
And you're right about that. I fully agree with that. For me, on the flip side of that, because the way, and honestly, again, I don't date bad guys. None of my exes out there are bad people or no shit like that. They're all great guys, great dads, whatever. They're just not for me. So I can talk about my exes and be like, yeah, he cool, I talked to him the other day, type stuff. But when a lot of time when guys talk about their exes, it is to try to get information out of the person they're on the date with, to try to see, okay, what will you deal with? Yeah, because my ex, man, she got mad at me because I come home till 2 o'clock in the morning one night. Oh man, she got mad at me because I got a bunch of girlfriends. And a lot of times it's not really like coming from a genuine conversation place, coming from a fishing place for information.
Oh, that's throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. To see what sticks, because I'm not a fan of it, but what's the phrase? Teach people. You have to teach people how to treat you. And so ladies, a woman be like, oh yeah, my ex cheated, he did X, Y, Z, da da da. And the whole time a lot of dudes are like, oh yeah, he did what? Okay, so he gaslit you and it worked. Okay. He yelled a little bit. You guys get okay. So I want to have this conversation, because nothing I did in the past matters to you at this point. Mind your business. Focus on what's happening right here. Because who I was the other day ain't the same person I am today, buddy. Yeah,
and that goes from last week to today.
Scooty, just a quick question.
What's up?
How many did you beat up? You just seem like you beat a few of them up.
No, I'm sorry, two.
No, it's 3. You right.
No. It was almost 3.
Didn't fight back.
It was almost 3. No, none of them fight, but nobody fights back. Let's leave that there. None of them fight back.
But I think I brought up ex. Well,
I'll cheers to that.
I'll talk.
What you drinking?
It's a tequila. It's a reposado.
Derek.
But I would say that anytime I've brought up an ex in regard to talking to somebody that I'm dating, that's the good shit.
Like Dirt.
Big bottle of dirt.
Yeah, he don't do the tequila at all. But anytime I brought up an ex, it's never been unprovoked. So it always fit into whatever context of the conversation we were having. It's not like, oh my God, I remember my ex used to. It's always something that that person said in our conversation. Something from my past resonates with that part of the conversation. So yeah,
I personally think it should never come up, especially when you talking to somebody new, and even more importantly, especially on the first date. Like, I don't want to know nothing about your ex unless he was a serial killer.
Like, sure.
Other than that, I don't want to know nothing. Like, because the one I feel like Scooty was right. People, like, a lot of times, people that's like a fishing expedition, like she said, to see what they potentially could get away with. But also, I don't like to bring up my ex because I want everybody to have a fair chance and a clean slate at whatever it is that we may be ready to embark upon when it comes to us two together. Because a lot of times, and I'm super private anyway,
Right.
I live by the saying that I don't like. It's hard for me to be vulnerable with people, right?
Right.
And I feel like people take that information and they be putting together a clip. Oh, here go a bullet. Oh, here go two more bullets. So when the inevitable happens and there's a disagreement and or argument, they fire the whole extendo clip at you. You see what I'm saying? Well, your ex did this. Why did it? I did it. And then also too, how do you know if you pass your ex? Not even past your ex, but past that trauma. Because you never know how far you are past that trauma or what part of the journey you are in when it comes to healing, because that person never does anything to trigger you. And that's a good thing. However,
that's smart, fair.
However, when they know too much about your past relationship and they weaponize that against you, how triggered are you by that weaponization? Is the relationship on the line now? For me, it would be on the line at that point, because now you weaponize something I said to you in confidence and you using that against me, which again immediately wipes away the trust. Yeah. So now I don't trust you. So guess what? We can never have those intimate conversations again. I'm never divulging anything. Everything's going to be close to the vest. So now you created a whole nother issue because I no longer want to open up to you. And because I don't open up to you, now you feeling like I'm emotionally unintelligent, because one, any conversation that we may have, you're going to want to dominate the conversation, right? Mm-hmm. Because women,
boy, he good. He is good, boy. He good. He on it.
Yeah, sometimes women can be conversational bullies, because they'll be fishing for an answer that they want you to have, because in their mind, they know what you should be and or doing or saying that fits their narrative and what it is that they want. And then when they don't get that, they say, you don't know me, or they say, you're not in tune, or they say, ultimately, you're emotionally unintelligent because you won't open up. No, I'm not going to open up anymore because you weaponize my vulnerability against me, which shuts me down, which in essence is really the end of the relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
And I can agree with all that.
I say when I ask about exes, I've actually never weaponized the information that they've given me. I'll honestly, like, first date, I'll ask, like, when's the last time you've been in a relationship? And based off of that answer, so why did it end? And when I ask why did it end, I'm also gauging where she's at in the sense of with her healing process. Because, I mean, you could get some people that jump back out there quick. Like, I'll say this one girl that wait, I just thought about that. You are funny for that. But I went out with this one girl. Well, actually not even went out. I was at a party and this one girl, she starts feeling me. Like she doing all the bumping and grinding, slow dancing and everything. So I'm like, yo, let me get your phone number. She gives me her phone number. Then she was like, actually, I mean, you could come, like, I'm leaving here and I'm going to a friend's birthday party, but I mean, it's at the casino. You could come with me. I'm like, all right. So we with each other the whole night, having a good time. She like, yeah, XYZ. So I'm like, all right. So at this point, it's kind of like a date. So I asked her, like, yo, when the last time you've been in a relationship? She was like a week ago. And I'm like, wait, what?
Damn.
What? And this young lady, mind you, we are going out, and honestly, on my way out the door, my homie was like, yo, take these mags. Look like you want to need them. I caught him and I said, I hope so. But hung out with her. I mean, she's introduced me to her best friend, her best friend's husband. We in the middle of the casino. I sit down. She comes over. I'm like, oh, I went to give her my seat. She sits me down and sits in my lap. I'm like, oh, wow.
Classic. She's smooth.
Yo, I was like, wow, this is. And I mean, no diddy. I was harder than Chinese arithmetic at that point. I know it's going down.
arithmetic
Long
is crazy.
story short, we get back to our crib and night winding down. We watch a movie. I go to lay on the bed. She like, oh no, I think it's too soon to let another man in my bed. And I was like, you know what? You should have went home when she said it's only been a week. Because nothing good was really going to come of this.
So where would she expect you to lay it? Or because she brought you back to the house, right?
Right.
So hey, you know, I'm mad. I'm not mad at her for real, because she's right. The bed is a little too soon. But this couch over here is fine.
No, this is what was interesting about it. She had like a really odd shaped, like loft type of apartment. So you walked in, she was on the second floor, and her floor, basically it was an old townhouse that was chopped up into 3 floors, but she had the second and third. So you walked in, her living room and kitchen was on the first floor. And we sat there. I'm thinking we just going to chill here. So she said, come upstairs. I'm like, oh, bet. I go in her bedroom, and her bedroom was like almost like the second floor was like completely open. And her bedroom was huge. I never thought I would see a bedroom that big in Southwest. But she had a bed and a couch in there. So respectfully, I went to the couch. And that's where my ass stayed.
Like, I think what happened was you caught her. She said it had just been a week, right? And she was probably, and I can only assume because I don't know. I'm just trying to make good podcasts. But it seems to me
you're doing great.
It seems to me that because the relationship was only over for a week, right?
Right.
And I think Main Man might have said some things to her, like ain't nobody gonna want. He probably really did a number on her self-esteem. And so what she did was, I'm gonna put on my fuckum dress, right? Go out to the party, and then mind you, you said when you showed up to the casino, them was pretty much her folks, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So number one, she ain't want to show up to the joint alone, probably, to add insult to injury, and had to explain whatever.
Wow,
you know,
homeboy not there, right?
Like that alone, you know, your friends gonna do their best to try to, you know, make you feel good or give you all that unwanted attention. So she probably said, you know what, fuck that. I'm gonna put on my fucking dress. I'm gonna meet somebody, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. So you was just a victim of her trying to get her, you know, self-esteem back to show that she still got it. Like he was wrong. You see what I'm saying? Like I can pull a Nick.
She better than me.
I'll tell you, because I can't leave this part out, and I'm mad that none of my homies that know the whole story is there. So I'm like, all right, this is my first time chilling with her. I can't necessarily expect to pop right off the bat. So I lay it on heavy. I'm a lover boy. I'm like, yo, we gonna go back to your crib and cuddle? She like, yeah, we can cuddle. So we get it once we in the crib, and I realized it's not going down the way I thought it was gonna go down. I was like, so we still gonna cuddle? She cuddled. Then it was dead weight. I was like, I ain't going in the bed with you from what you said, because it's too soon for somebody to be in your bed. Bitch, get off.
And you're right, that does happen to a lot of women. Which is why I don't understand why women allow men to have that kind of space in their mind and their hearts to even break them down to anywhere. Because, sir, there's not an ex out here that like me, love me, want to be, what, that can tell, that can say anything about me that's going to make me feel the type of way about myself. From my current husband to my past husband to my son, nobody. Because, baby, let me tell you something. I was that bitch yesterday. I was the bitch when you met me. When I die, I'm going to be that bitch. As a mother, a father, a dad, I don't care what it is. Forever fucking winning. So stop allowing these men to make you feel like, you know, like make you feel this way or whatever. And anybody gonna want you to Because obviously, I mean, you know, sorry, and you have to have a good night and then not get a cat at the end of it. And even without going out trying to prove something like that, baby, you can't tell that these men is out here picking and choosing. What you gonna mess around and do though is get yourself in a situation that shit gonna go left in. Because maybe it's not a good guy for real. You guys met at your house, and you've been over here playing games with him all night. All these men ain't stable like Ann is. And that's the unfortunate truth about things. That's a weird position. That's a weird position to put yourself in, babes.
Yeah,
over the self-esteem shit.
If I were one of those sad dudes that was like that, because also I never pushed the issue. I learned a long time ago that women know way far in advance that homeboy is gonna get it, but way before we do. So she's showing me the motion like that's the case. So I'm thinking that's the situation.
So
she also invited me. I didn't ask to go in. She invited me in. So once we here, I'm thinking, oh, green light.
That's a good question, Ant. But why do men think they're supposed to get some on the first night? Some men don't even get the kitty cat wet. Laugh out loud.
You deal with the wrong man, sweetheart.
Now I'm also it's funny because shout out to Stormy P again, chocolate chip and sip. I had after it happened because I was very baffled, and when I worked the conversation back to my homies, we had because I had to reset my computer. Magnum's never left the pocket is funny as shit. But when I was talking to my homies the next day, we were all literally confused as a conglomerate because all the signs that she was showing me is what made me think that's the way it's going down.
I mean so here's the thing. Number one, mad respect to you, bro, for respecting the no. You was petty, but still you get a lot of respect for respecting the no.
Respect for not being a rapist? Ain't that like the bare minimum standard? Like that, I mean, yeah.
None well, again,
thanks for not being a rapist.
Is men out here that's not like and some men gonna think, oh, she playing with me, I'ma take it.
I said that before.
I'm saying he get respect from me for not being one of the men. Yes, but even beyond that, some men still, even if they don't take it, some men gonna push it to where as though she's gonna have to get belligerent, right?
I mean,
get up out of here. So
I'll tell you also another thing. So she's also we in the midst of it, cuddling. She like, oh,
and you're the only one that didn't hit. Damn.
Oh,
he said like he got insider information.
I do feel used, but no. So at one point she was like, "Give me a massage." And my experience, giving me a massage has always been keyword for put your dick on my back and let's go from there. I mean, it got to that point. I'm grabbing ass, I'm grabbing titties. And then it was, no, we just gonna lay here. And no, you can't get in my bed. I'm not ready for me to be in my bed yet. And I was like, well, what the fuck am I doing here? Honestly.
I mean, but like what is it? Feelings have changed or whatever. Situations change. You done been out, I've been out, we done been out before, kicking it, having a great time. You see that one little trigger situation, you were like, well, there goes my fun. My chest, it hurts. Going home, I'm sure it was a trigger for that. Just walking in the house, you have to give me some dick tonight.
All right. I got a funnier part to this entire story.
Yeah, please.
So I met her on a Saturday. Her birthday was on a Monday. She gave me her phone number. So Sunday, she had dropped me back off to my homie crib where my car was. And I had texted her Monday like, yo, happy birthday. She hit me with the who this?
Damn.
Damn. And she don't say nothing back. So funnier than even that, I'm out last summer. I'm at a pool party now. I had initially met her because one of my folks had came through where we was at, and she wanted me to be more aggressive.
That's all great.
And grapey could I be? But she was at this pool party with my folks that I had initially met her through. She walks up, so I go up, I hug my homie, and then I'm like, yo, what's up with you? She was like, wait, I know you? I said, oh, shit. I said, double whammy. She was like, no, seriously, we met before? And I could see it in her face. She wasn't like joking because she's with the person that she met me through. And I was just like, so when she walked away, I looked at my homies and I was like, damn, that cuddle meant nothing to her. They was like, yo, you're a sick individual.
Sick.
But yeah, that was what happened with that.
That was wild business right there, bro. That was wild business.
This is the
You
first
cool and all?
time I told this story in public.
You cool and all, but and my dog, and I can't fuck with you.
And I mean,
that would have been funny.
Because that wasn't, with everything being given, I was just looking for a fun time. I wasn't necessarily looking for a whole ordeal, but look, I got neither one.
Yeah, joke's on you. You had a fun time. The time the other time was fun. You didn't like the ending wasn't that fun, but you still enjoyed yourself that night.
It was like a Netflix movie. The whole movie was lit. We got to the ending and it was like, damn, that's it.
Oh, that's time for me to go home? Oh, we're not gonna. I got the. No, all right.
But
lady.
But Scooty, I appreciate you coming through as always. Do you have one last word for the good people?
As far as Big Exclusive being 6'4", damn. I'm sorry. And mind you, I'm 6'1", so
that's the.
I don't like people that's bigger than me. Cut that shit out.
You said what now?
I said I'm 6'1".
I
don't like people that's bigger than me, so cut that shit out, okay?
You don't like people bigger than you?
No, I got a Napoleon complex. Because why you that big? Because if I'm 6'1", you like right here, you up here. What? I don't know. Like what? No, I don't like it. Cut it out. Ant too tall, honestly. I need Ant to get a little. That's why I was there trying to take his ass out a little bit. He too big for me too.
So that's.
But John Jay all night.
That's why you.
Right,
she only mess with short people. That's why she be beating them up.
No, everybody beat up was 6'1" plus.
Jesus
Christ. Thank you. Damn.
Producer, appreciate you coming through for the lounge talk tonight. Do you have any last words for the good people?
Yes. I'm sorry. Say that again.
I said I appreciate you coming through for the lounge talk this evening. Do you have any last words for the good people?
Well, to you, thanks for bringing me up. I wasn't prepared, or I would have set up the whole setup.
I appreciate. I mean, I know you back on the ones and twos, so I just appreciate.
Yeah. Hey, I'm getting this intro made, man. Like, and it's taking a little longer because it needed a bigger budget. So, but I think when it comes, like, I'm just excited to get back on, man. Just look for the Big Exclusive podcast Tuesday nights. I might do either the lead into your show or I might come on after your show. I don't know, but I got a couple ideas that I'm working on that are ready to go. Like, I just need to find people to do it, to help me do it. But man, I'm excited for the Big Exclusive Network and what the new year gonna bring, man. But keep doing your thing, keep holding it down, man.
Network, we got some things that we're working on, but listen, I'll tell you this. We're not ending this year the way it began.
Hell nah.
But appreciate you coming through, good brother. But I want to tell y'all good people, I appreciate y'all coming through as always. Always a good time. I never take for granted that you put time aside to come here with me and my shenanigans. Like I always like to say, live every day like it's your last, but make sure you are prepared for tomorrow. God bless and good night.